Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up to Success. Today, I want to talk about distractions. When you work for yourself, you are constantly bombarded with things to distract you that never would have come into play if you were working for somebody else and had a boss. Freedom's a great thing. Freedom allows us to take time off when we want to spend time with our family, to take time off if we want to go fishing, to set our schedule, sleep in late one morning, work late one night. It gives us that flexibility. But freedom can also be a curse when you're trying to grow your business because it's very difficult to manage that freedom and continue to push yourself forward with all of the distractions around you. I remember when I first started and I was working from home for the first time. I had always worked for someone else. My wife had always worked for someone else, and we had never worked from home. So when my wife found out that I was going to be at home every day, she started putting together to-do lists. Well, guess what I did? I did the to-do list. But what I realized quickly is being from home is not the same as working from home. When you're working from home, you have to have the discipline to treat it like a real job. Because remember, yes, you are your own boss, but that also means you are your own employee. And as an employee, would you ever leave your workplace to go pick up milk? Would you ever leave your workplace to run the dishwasher? Would you ever leave your workplace to do a load of laundry? Of course you wouldn't. Those things would be relegated to after hours. And that's the way you have to treat being on your own and running your own business. If you're working for yourself, you have to treat yourself as if you were working for someone else. Because if you don't, you never get anything done. So what I had to do is my wife and I had to have a talk that from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, I was working for my business. If there was an emergency, obviously I would do it. If the kids got stranded at school, I'd go pick them up. But the day-to-day things, I simply had to say no from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And so if you're your own boss, I would encourage you to set those same guidelines. Create a litmus test that basically says, if I was working for someone else, if I was in an office or a cubicle in a workplace and working for someone else, would I allow myself to take time off to go do this? If the answer is no, then don't do it. Do it after hours, just like you would otherwise. If the answer is yes, if it was so critical, you would go to your boss and say, hey, I need to run and do this real quickly, then do it. It's a simple test. It's a very simple way to avoid the distractions. Because remember, regardless of whether you're working from home or somewhere else, this is your business. And your business needs to have store hours, just like anything else. Not only to avoid distractions, but to allow you to take time off at the end of the day and spend with your family without being distracted from work stuff. So set those hours and quit allowing those distractions to become excuses, because excuses can stop you from moving forward and can end your dreams before they ever start. And it's a very slippery slope. You allow those distractions to interrupt your work. Eventually, you blame those distractions for you not getting what you need to get done. They become excuses. And once you start making excuses as a business owner or an entrepreneur, you're dead in the water. Because, I'm going to once again end this with a quote from Jen Sincero. I talk about her a lot. If you haven't read her, You Are a Badass stuff, I would encourage you to. But she has a quote that I just really love in regard to this process. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If you're not, you'll find an excuse. And as I mentioned, those distractions can easily become excuses. And once you start making excuses, it's a slippery slope towards failure. So start by setting your hours and setting that litmus test. If this wouldn't distract me at an office working for someone else, it's not going to distract me when I'm working for myself, because then that freedom can really become the tool that catapults you to where you want to be, because you're in control and not these distractions which derail you.